Welcome to the Dealing with Goliath podcast. The mission of Dealing with Goliath is to sharpen the psychological edge in business leaders with skin in the game who want to be more effective under pressure, uncover hidden value, and increase profitability. With expert guests across the business spectrum, we deliver gems of wisdom, delving into their methods, their thinking and approach to business, life, and problem solving. This is the double espresso shot of insight through our short interview format where we are quick and concise with just 5 questions in 9 minutes. I'm your host, Al McBride, and my guest today is Uwe Dockhorn. Uwe is known as a lifestyle liberator and has delivered over 15,000 2-hours sessions worldwide in the last 12 years. He's the father of the AIM system, a simple 3-step life-changing experience for in-demand professionals who want to get back their family mojo, double their financial security, and live in abundance in all areas of their life without feelings of guilt or second guessing. Recently, he started an already 5-star rated podcast called Liftoff with energizing results. Uwe interviews guests who are mostly millennials and Generation X, managing their own entrepreneurial aspirations on top of their family life. He provides a safe space for them so they can discover how to balance their high achiever job with their life partner, the VIP in their life, their very important partner. So Uwe, welcome to the show. Great to have you on.
Thank you for having me, El. It's a pleasure.
Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. Let's dive straight in. So who is your ideal client and what's the biggest challenge that they face?
Right. You see, when I began working with medical professionals, executives, business owners, the providers in a family, and especially if they were parents, I found the same anxiety, depression, or even feelings of overwhelm trying to keep up money matters, romance and intimacy, and juggling childcare. And the biggest challenge is that there's a dangerous dynamic shift in the relationship, especially in high achiever families. On the one side, you have the provider being in demand and up here. And on the other side, you have the life partner at home asking, what about me? So not only that, there is a ripple effect on their equally ambitious and dedicated partners. So I call them the VIPs. And who feel unsupported and over time lose their self-esteem and feel abandoned.
Right. I mean, I remember we talked about this before, and it was fascinating that, you know, they're used to being very accomplished often in their own right. And then, as you said, suddenly in dinner parties or cocktail parties, I suppose pre-COVID, but then they're suddenly known as the spouse of, right, rather than someone in their own right. And as you said, it must really affect their identity, as you say, in self-esteem and self-worth. So what are some of those common mistakes people make when they're trying to solve those issues?
Yeah, right. So let's see this from the perspective of the VIP, okay? So when you feel frustrated and exhausted, meant for more, but yet you're afraid of being not good enough and thinking, this is how it is, what do you want from me? And maybe being sarcastic and easily annoyed, these are early signs of burning out. So, or you hear this from your partner and find yourself in a family where all the career ambition has been allocated to one person, as I mentioned earlier, and you feel stuck and in a relentless loop, shouldering more of the child raising and household duties. And one of the most common signs is that you just mentioned, when you have heard too often something along the lines, oh, you're the spouse of Dr. So-and-so. Nice to meet you, and you flinch but politely smile. So these are symptoms of increasingly living at the edge of burning out, and disavowed emotional distress is a way of coping. It's not the right way, but it's a way, and many feel they have to deal with it alone or try self-help techniques like a healthy diet, reducing alcohol, meditation, breathing exercises, and developing holistic ways to think about life challenges differently. So mindset techniques have existed since the 1990s. However, the figures of burnout sufferers show that none of these work long-term. Mindset techniques only deal with one half of the solution. And new findings show the core of burnout is in self-created beliefs and patterns. Therefore, you risk losing your vitality, your business, but most importantly, losing the ships you care about.
And it's a fascinating thing, isn't it? As you said, that mindset or healthy diets, meditation, yoga, you name it. All these things are good in their own right. They have value. But as I said, they're a little bit more about dealing with a lot of the symptoms than dealing with the underlying problems, right? So they offer a bit of relief, but they don't really solve the issue or move you forward. Yeah, very, very interesting. So what might be one valuable free action that someone, as you said, is maybe in this situation can start to implement? It won't solve the problem, but maybe put them on the right trajectory.
Yeah, we can talk about all, but let's just say, well, one of the biggest issues is fear. And I always ask my clients at one point, can you imagine a scale? And I let them draw a line. On the left side of the scale is fear, and then I ask, what is on the other side of that scale? So what do you think?
What do they usually say?
Well, what do you think?
What's on the other side of fear? I don't know.
What's on the other side of fear? Well, sometimes they say love or something like that, or something similar. Okay. Well, it is trust. Then I ask them to imagine where they are right now in this very moment on that scale, closer to fear or trust or just right in the middle, okay? So now imagine below there is another line, but this time it's an arrow that starts from the left and goes to the right. Okay. Now the left side gets a 0 and the right side gets the infinity symbol, the 8 that is lying on the side, right? Okay, then I ask them, how is this second line, the arrow, related to the one above that goes from fear to trust? So I ask them just to name it, and what do you think it is? Any
How
idea?
are they related? What do they normally say?
Well, let's just solve it. It's energy.
Okay.
So that means every time you feel you're closer to fear, you lose energy. And every time you decide to trust, you gain energy. It's simple, right? And I call this the secret vitality formula.
Right.
And it is E for energy equals T for trust minus F for fear. E equals T minus F. So that's energy the secret vitality formula.
Trust less fear.
Exactly.
It does make perfect sense. You're absolutely right. It's a very interesting one. Yeah, it parallels with the old idea of, you're either living in fear or you're living in love and gratitude. But as you said, love and gratitude applied is trust. Yeah, okay.
But you have to trust yourself first, so in order to have love and all that you aspire.
Right, of course. Yeah.
So that's the mechanics beyond it. So that's why I always go deeper to the root causes of things, and this formula helps with that.
Absolutely. That's very insightful stuff, very insightful. But what is one valuable then free action? Sorry, we talked about the free action. What is one valuable free resource that you could direct people to?
Yeah, simply go to my website at uwedockhorn.com. That's uwedockhorn.com, and apply for a free 2-hour liberating lifestyle session. So here's what you get. You create a sense of clarity of what a liberating lifestyle with energizing results will look and feel like. You discover the essential building blocks to be protected by your internally anchored, as I call it, anti-burnout system. You experience the number one thing stopping you from finding out how to protect your lifestyle, your business, and your family or life partner. And you complete this session with the excitement of knowing exactly what to do next and walk away with the one sentence that has the power to guide your future. Plus, you receive your comprehensive personal development analysis compiled by me within 24 hours and a video recording of the session. So you get a total value of $4,750. And all you have to do is go to uwedockhorn.com. That's uwedockhorn.com and apply.
Excellent stuff. Of course, we'll put the link in the show notes below this podcast, and of course on YouTube it'll be below the video. That's remarkable. A huge bundle of value there, Uwe. That's quite a remarkable offering there. Audience. Yeah, wow. It's impressive stuff. What would be one question I should have asked you that would be of great value to the audience?
That's a great one. So, what differentiates you from family counseling or similar solutions for couples?
Okay.
So, what differentiates me is that I will coach both partners separately and bring them with their results together in evaluation sessions so they can level up to have that eye-to-eye intimacy again that they love so much, while getting back their family mojo, doubling their financial security, and living in abundance in all areas of their life. So my clients love it this way because it's the most efficient and effective way of coaching. So take Stefan, a senior account manager who came to me after his second burnout, just recently told me, Uwe, you supported me to have more success in the job, but to work less, gain more money, and to find out what is important to me in life, me and my family.
Outstanding stuff. Well, we're just coming up on time there, Uwe, so thank you so much for such a powerful interview, and said in such a short time. There's so many gems there. That was fantastic
Thank you so much.
So thank you. Perhaps we'll have you on the show for a longer interview down the line. So
I would love, with pleasure.
All right. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you so much.